This is from Henry Hardin Cherry, Education, the Basis of Democracy. It says there are men who have red corpuscles in their blood, libraries in their brains, and millions of dollars in their banks, who are failures because they do not have that other thing. I do not know what that other thing is, except that it is an intangible spiritual force that largely determines every human success, establishes commercial credit, stabilizes business, and guarantees the perpetuity of free government. It is the invisible equipment and universal surety of the human being. Not before Big Red came. There were individuals since being at a university after 1906 when the college became a university. And what are some of the ingredients that make up a university? The fun, the Thursday nights, the football games, basketball games, sororities, fraternities, social clubs, departmental councils and clubs. That will always be a part of identity once a student is declared a major. The faculty and supporters will embrace those people and include them in what they do. The spirit of Big Red over the years that icon has developed has just coalesced a university in ways that take individual departments and colleges and make them one. We don't care where you come from, we don't care what your degree is, you're in this family, and the leader of our family is Big Red, always will be. That's the difference.
I think that WKU is so rooted in traditions, and more than I think most college, like most students on our campus even realize. Obviously, the red towel, whether people realize it or not, there's a tradition behind that. There's a whole big history of how that got started. Things such as the white squirrel, which we probably don't have this. I don't know how many people know the history of that, but it's definitely an icon here at WKU. But then also things like having the colonnade at the top of campus and the faculty house, the original student union, things like that, the original drum circle, everything's here on a tradition. Just kind of, it gives it that sense, and it helps students, I think, really feel connected to WKU as a whole, and current students, past students, alumni, all that stuff.
The answer is the identity of a spirit at a school or a department or a college are the people involved and the stories they tell.
I think Big Red stuck because he's so different from at least all of the other mascots people have come in contact with. You've got animals like cats, and you've got minors or people as mascots, but you don't, like I said, you can't put a word necessarily to Big Red that everyone will agree with. So I think just the uniqueness helps the idea of Big Red stick around, and that he loves everyone and interacts with everyone.
I definitely think that the energy within the spirit here at WKU is very high energy, and it's always like in your face, WKU, wave your red towel, we love WKU, go Big Red. I find that all throughout campus. I think that our student body does a great job at supporting the spirit here at WKU and representing that, not only on campus, but outside of campus as well. Definitely Big Red to me has meant the absolute world. My experiences that I've gained through this program and Big Red alone has been absolutely phenomenal. Whenever I see Big Red, even prior to becoming Big Red, I would see him walk around campus and I immediately see a smile on everybody. Somebody can be having a terrible day, and then they see Big Red and they light up. And that is absolutely beautiful to see that moment in which someone who is sad can become happy. And I think that is simply one of the biggest reasons Big Red was created the way in which he was, to be this energetic, fun-loving self that walks around. So through this, Big Red has become that close buddy of mine that I look at towards everything, and that's so weird to say that a furry little red creature is something that you look up to so much, but it's offered so many experiences. It offers so many experiences for students here on campus, and it's something that they can relate to. And it is the best mascot in history.
I said Big Red is the campus mascot of all campus mascots in the United States. Among 4,000 plus colleges and universities, this is the only mascot for which there is no gender, there is no role. It isn't attached to the football or basketball team. It's attached to the school and the people nobody knows. Those who come for an education, they're nameless, faceless. They come from schools all around the South, and they're just here. Big Red is their buddy. For children, the same way. I said Big Red has three things: happy, really happy, and glad to see you come, and haste to see you go.
Obviously, we aren't the most well-known school in the country, in the state especially. So I think that gives us a little bit of sense of pride to be Hilltoppers, to be here at WKU, a sense of loyalty that I don't think you'll find everywhere else.
To the university, I think that it represents the spirit that is embodied here at the university. It represents what we want our students to go through here. They're going to be different. They're going to be fun, but they're going to also be something that represents the university in a good mannered way. There's never an event that you're going to not go to and Big Red not be there. So I think that that's what we want from our students, and I think that that's why it embodies the full spirit of WKU.
Big Red is something for people to believe in and look at and kind of pinpoint what spirit is and just the way he interacts with people. I think we do have spirit without Big Red, but I don't think it's nearly on the level that we are with him.
What's going on here, Big Red? What you need?
I think it's a mixture of everything. So obviously, I'm an admissions ambassador. I chose to give tours because of how much I love campus. I love everything WKU offers, all the different parts of Big Red, all of it. But I truly believe you could grab someone in DSU or grab someone all over campus, random person you don't even know, ask them these same questions, and they're going to give you very similar answers. I think everyone's kind of on the same page as far as where we stand about not just Big Red, but everything on campus. People are just happy to be here. It's our home. It's our community. Everyone's very loyal, things like that. So I think regardless, I think it's all going to be the same for everybody, and I think that's pretty cool. I don't think you'd find that in most schools.
I think people like Big Red so much because they can relate to him. He's weird, he's funny, he's sassy, and we all have at least some aspect of him, and he interacts with kids, adults, college students. He's so universal.
I think for me, what we kind of joke is, Big Red represents the hill. Technically, that's his purpose. But I always like to joke on tours, we students, we're the hilltopper. Big Red is our hill. That one thing on campus that people can always just look to, really get into the sense and the pride of being a hilltopper.
A question or statement from a father to a son: "My boy, give good measure." These are the words of a noble father when he spoke to his boy who had gathered a load of apples and was ready to start to market to sell them. He took a half-bushel pail and, filling it to the rim, told the boy that that was not good measure. He put on apples until they were above the rim and rolled off, at the same time admonishing the boy to give that kind of measure. That other thing is the thing above the rim. You can't outgive Big Red, but you ought to try.